Hi everyone, how are you? Hope all is well. Happy full moon, blessings to you all. I am doing well and doing a talk today regarding the topic of weakness. Something that for some reason or another they really want me to talk about. Actually, I was pushed to talk about it, not that I was motivated to talk about it. And I said, well, give me a little more information. And so I took out my Archangel Power Tarot deck by Doreen Virtue to speak about, to get some insight exactly where are we taking this topic of weakness and what are we talking about it. And I also pulled out my go-to for strength tarot, oracle cards, and that is the Archangel Michael deck. And I pretty much got exactly clarity that I was looking for and understood the messages that we need to think about at the moment in terms of our weakness, especially under this full moon. Yesterday we talked about the ability to be authentic, what authenticity means to us and how do we arrive to it, what is authenticity, remembering and being mindful that we are all spiritual beings in this human flesh 3D world, having human experiences, earthly experiences, or in the native philosophy, we are dreaming this earth dream. We need to remember that a lot of the flaws that we experience on this earth plane, such as worry, such as sadness, such as betrayal, emotional things that disrupt the dream, so to speak, or disrupt our flow of love, of energy, of being a spiritual person in a human form. These things actually are just energy. Emotions are not really real. They're just indications of what is happening within our soul. When it gets disrupted by these things that I've just talked about, we have a choice of responding to those energies of betrayal, of hurt, of happiness, of sadness, of worry. And I know for myself growing up, the world would tell me I was weak for just giving into emotionally and reacting to those things. So a lot of us, as I've learned throughout the years, are not alone in this. A lot of us have, and I think this is really like old world mentality, we were taught to stuff our feelings, stuff our emotions, stuff our beauty, stuff our dream, our song, our light, and to our spirit, our spirituality. And we were also taught that we needed not to look to those things for strength, to look at them as weakness, that they were our downfalls. I know for myself, I definitely thought that, if I showed my emotions crying, or showed my emotions of excited exuberance, happiness, and wanting to be somebody's friend and being blatantly wearing my heart on my sleeve type of deal, people would actually retract from me. And now being as an adult, things haven't really changed, except for how I react to these people, places, and things, um, situations that I found myself in. And just as we talked about yesterday, that we have to come to a level of acceptance in order to find of ourselves in our lives, in order to find some type of authenticity, we definitely have a moment to acknowledge our weakness, so to speak, or that as we may see as weakness, as for something as strength. Um, then there's weakness that we, kind of have naturally, that um, we come to this earth with. We come to kind of look for a type of resolve in experiencing this 3D world, this earthly human world. Um, and those weaknesses are actually, can be like handicaps, like somebody has a stutter, someone does not know, let's say, how to see the world or let's say read in a orderly fashion, so they have dyslexia, or they may have some type of disease, some type of physical handicap, and they learn to overcome them. If we look at people like that who have actually overcome a lot of their weaknesses, so to speak, or handicaps, and other people see them as weaknesses, those who do not have those handicaps or diseases. If we learn from people like that, we'll see that weaknesses are actually strengths, are opportunities to really center ourselves, take a moment and step back and see exactly where they need to kind of correct or get in line. No, scratch that, not get in line. Let's say step back and align ourselves to where we have to be in order to receive the help that we need and actually overcome our weaknesses. For me, for a very long time, my emotions got the best of me. I always thought they were my weakness. I always thought, I needed to become someone I wasn't. So when that didn't work, and it took a lot of pain to get to that point of understanding, I saw that my weakness, when I start aligning with people who did not think that way and actually were very nurturing and were very strong in handling their emotions and allowing their emotions to be, and cope with them. And I think coping is a wrong, very defeating word. People who knew how to actually live with their emotions. I started to understand that there was power behind that. There was this power that I was looking for when I was stuffing them. So I could show the world that I was strong, that I was a stable person. And so after many experiences, after a lot of self-healing and therapy, believe it or not, I actually found that the seat of my power was my weakness. And that was my being sensitive, being very emotional, crying a lot, crying on command. Also, there was, a moment of epiphany, and a certain acceptance over these emotions, allowing them to be what they were, weakness, and a moment for me to understand that power and where it was coming from, the source of it all. So when you are thinking of weakness, when you're trying to identify your truth in your life, when you're trying to be authentic as well, we definitely have to look at the weakness. We have to look at things that we may feel that we're weak about. that we're actually find defeating in our lives. That and under this full moon, it's actually indicating to us and showing us a lot of our weaknesses. It's a perfect time to let them go, to let go of old patterns and behaviors, and so we can make room to allow help to come into our lives, or for us to help ourselves, really. So that which can be our weakness, that which we find to hinder us, if we learn how to work with it and understand it, we actually will gain power. We'll gain a certain understanding and mastery after a while, if we allow to and choose that path, of actually empowering ourselves to be the greatest version of who we are. The level of authenticity of our true nature, our true spirit, in this human world will bloom like a flower. Hence the lei. I really didn't know why I should wear the lei, but now I understand as I'm actually giving this talk. We're all flowers. We're all spiritual people having human experiences. We're vulnerable to being human. We're vulnerable to living in this vast world of possibilities, this universe of possibilities. So when we're thinking about and relying on, let's say, people who are spiritual, or our spiritual selves, our instincts, our gut, we have to have trust, we have to have faith, we have to have a certain ability of believing, of knowing, and that doesn't come very naturally. It only comes with experience and practice. So we have to practice. We have to also ask for help. That's part of believing, right? And knowing that we're worthy of becoming better. And trusting that help. And trusting that if it fails, we still know how to ask for help and where to go to get that help. So under this full moon, we're going to be given a lot of moments of clarity, of opportunity. People may come into our lives to even help. You might watch this talk at the right moment during the week, during this full moon, and have that moment of clarity, kind of like Harry Jose Santiago, who's in the chat room right now, along with Eileen Santiago, who is in the chat room right now. And they get it, and they kind of get it because they are my brothers and sister. So they grew up a lot with these teachings. But I'm glad you guys get it, and thank you for the support. So our weaknesses, and what the spirit realm, what the angels and archangels want us to know, is that, despite all the worry, despite all, the kind of garbage that we're facing and right now, and it's coming to like boil, and the moments of clarity under a full moon, everything gets illuminated. The tides and the oceans, they get pulled. So does the water within our bodies. Water is just a conductor of energy, so it's logical to say in a scientific way that when the full moon comes to pull gravity on the earth and the waters, we're getting a charge. And so it is in our body. So we are becoming illuminated. Use this time wisely to see a lot of the defeat that you think under illusionary terms of this earthly dream you're facing. And take the opportunities in front of you to actually change the direction you're going in in your mind and in your heart, and find the strength in all your weaknesses. Because all of this is all, going in a direction of positivity. No matter, how many times you realign yourself. Each alignment that you undergo is for the better. As long as you remain open to understanding more about yourself and this earthly dream, this life. And with that, I'm going to open it up to questions and answers. Anything that you want to speak about on this subject that you would like some more understanding on, or maybe something I did not say that was clear enough, please ask your questions now. My brother says he heard it until it's sunk in finally. Yeah, I'm seeing that now. I'm glad. We all have to keep letting it sink even further. In dreams, we have moments where we're, in the native way, in traditions, we call it medicine. And when we're having spirit dreams where something's being illuminated to us, we kind of like now, like a talk. There's different levels of deciphering, and we have to meditate on them in order to get the medicine, in order to get like the really powerful aspects of the medicine to really work for us and change our energy, our being. So thank you for the confirmation, Harry. Any other questions? Anybody has a question? Anybody has any comments? Feedbacks are welcome. If not, I'm going to close this session because I think I spoke a lot and I gave you guys a lot of things to talk about, to meditate on and chew on. Let me see if my guides and the angels have anything else to say. Anything else, guys? Anything else? Yeah, they just want us to know that in order for us to see these weaknesses or actually tackle them and really appropriate ourselves to them and turn them into strengths, we actually have to retreat sometimes from people, places, and things. So, under this full moon, take some time for yourselves and realize that you need time for yourself away from your people, places, and things, your lovers, your friends. Take some me time, go out on a bike ride, go to the ocean, go to a very restful place, take a little spa time, either in your bathroom or somewhere else, to really think and reflect about the direction where you're taking your life right now. Because once June comes, we're definitely going to be asked by the universe to, choose a path, as the paths are going to actually show themselves to us, and opportunities to move forward, to move away from unhealthy people, places, and things and situations. And for those of you who are not feeling like, this message is really jiving with you or sinking in, and you think you could do better, or, you deserve better. Yeah, you deserve better. There is better out there for you. But in knowing that, that your human weaknesses are just that, there are your strengths, and anything that may be negative about you that's hindering your life or impacting your life at the moment, or has been since you were a child, is a strength. And you have to look within, and you need to break away from the everyday life in order for you to really realize that. Because really everything in our lives are taken care of. We as humans believe that we need more sometimes. And it just isn't true. We may need to declutter to make room for newer things. And sometimes we feel like we're lonely and we need more new things. But in reality, we have everything we need. And we have to be grateful for what we have, especially those weaknesses. All right, so I have another comment here from the comment gallery. Love you, great talk. My sister is next to my brother watching. I love you guys. I love everyone who tunes in. I love all my fans and supporters, especially my family, especially my closest of friends. Thank you. Without your love and support, this dream of mine of being able to help others would not actually come to be actualized. So my song of healing and my teachings would not have meaning without any of you. So, thank you very much, and blessings to you all in the spirit of my people, Tainoti. May the path before you be noble, and may you co-create a great life for yourselves and align to the greatest version of who you are.